Trump just called out Bill Clinton live on national television when asked about Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell is looking for a pardon from Trump, and wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died. This is your daily injection of political crack. I know you can't stop looking, so let's go! President Trump just called out Bill Clinton on live television when asked about Epstein. You ought to be speaking to Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to say is that Todd is a great attorney, but you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Do you maintain you did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday?
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot. All you have to do is take a look at the dossier, the fake dossier. Everything's fake with that administration.
When Trump talks about this Epstein list thing, the way he deflects from it just makes him look so much more guilty. Love the guy, but man, you looking guilty as f. It's gotten to the point where he's just straight up calling everything a conspiracy theory.
Not vote on the resolution about
I was never involved in that. I'm focused on making deals. I'm not focused on conspiracy theories that you are.
You ran on those conspiracy theories to get elected! Which brings me to a good segue point into the Ghislaine Maxwell thing, where she may get pardoned by Trump, but he's pretending he doesn't know anything. Here we go.
Would you consider a pardon or a commutation for Ghislaine Maxwell if she cooperated?
It's something I haven't thought about. It's really something. I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
They already have some sort of deal made. It's already drafted up, I swear. Like, oh, I don't know anything about it. So I've already recorded this entire video, and I just saw this tweet. Ghislaine Maxwell receives limited immunity from DOJ under President Trump. What? What? We are never, ever. I told you, Archie, you're in the voice chat right now. I told you we'll live and die and we'll never know. No one will ever know what happened. And you're like, oh, it's going to come out eventually. No, it's not. It is dead and buried. We'll never know what happened. Archie! What do you have to say?
I'm on the video.
Yeah, bro.
If you were just writing this out in a book, in a story about a conspiracy theory that was true, I feel that this would be the exact thing. Like, you can almost predict what's going to happen now onwards in this situation. And
nothing's going to happen. I've been telling you from the beginning, we'll never know anything. Every time they say they're going to release some more information, it's just a carrot being dangled on any of these issues. She has met with the DOJ several times. Ghislaine Maxwell gave details on 100 different people linked to Jeffrey Epstein during her interview with Deputy AG Todd Blanche, per her attorney. Ghislaine was asked about every possible thing you can imagine. Everything. This is getting really spicy and interesting. If Ghislaine Maxwell, if there's no, like people have been saying, if there's no Epstein list, if there's none of these things, then what is she in jail for? What was Epstein in jail for? And Trump keeps, every time this gets brought up, he just starts pointing at Clinton and saying that anything. So I feel like maybe something's going to get released. And then there's going to be something that implicates Trump. And then Trump's going to be like, see, that's the bullshit I was telling you about the whole time that the Democrats put in there. When in reality, it's both like Trump and the Clintons and a bunch of other people that are powerful that don't want to be named. We're all messing around doing things they probably shouldn't have. And that's why both sides never released this information. In other news, have you heard of the app T? It's an app for women to share their experiences about men. So if you're like a woman and there's a guy that you met up with, you can go look that guy up on the T app and see if there's any other women that have stories or information about this guy, so you can see if there's any red flags. And to be fair, just thinking from a product perspective, I think that this sounds like a really good product with a lot of demand. This is something women want. Somebody built it. Supply and demand, baby. It was the #1 free app on the App Store for a bit, above ChatGPT. That's how popular this app got. But then it got hacked. Hackers leak 13,000 user photos and IDs from the T app designed as a woman-safe space. So I'm talking like actual straight up photo IDs, because you have to prove your identity on this app. And what they did is they just stored all of these IDs in a like unencrypted folder. That's where they stored everything. And so hackers went in and took all that shit because they didn't spend the money for the security. #1 app that now nobody's going to want to trust it. I like the way this is put. TLDR, the App Store stores everyone's photo IDs unencrypted in a public Firebase storage bucket. Was this vibe coded? If you know, you know about the vibe coded thing. That's funny. Here's a map of all the leaked people. So basically just across the country, people got leaked all their information. That's what, and yeah, someone built like a map so you can use a map and look up the people. That's actually really scary. Here's just like tons of people's information being leaked. And what's really funny about this whole situation is a new app has spawned called T-Born that is basically the same thing, but for men. So if the women could do it, the men could do it. Hey, fair's fair. A lot of guys have stories about their ladies. It's not just dudes that are red flags. Women could be red flags too. Although a lot of women wouldn't agree with that for some reason. And off to some sad news. Hulk Hogan has died. 1953 to 2025. Absolute legend. You know what's crazy? Hulk Hogan is younger than my dad. And my dad's, you know, he's in his 70s, and both Ozzy and Hulk Hogan were in their 70s and have passed away. And it just makes me think, damn, my dad's up there, you know? Like, it kind of makes me like selfishly think about myself and my dad because of the ages that these legends are dying at. They should, like, Hulk Hogan should die way later. He should be dying in his 70s. This guy's like a gym maniac. And Ozzy Osbourne, everyone thought he was gonna die way sooner because all the fucking drugs he was taking all the time. So it's actually kind of legendary that he made it to his 70s. Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71 due to cardiac arrest, according to TMZ. Maybe it's like a steroids, you know, I'm just speculating. You know, we know these guys took steroids, and I don't have anything against it. I don't care, dude. They're grown men. They make their own decisions. They needed to get big so they could be wrestlers. Hogan was wheeled out of his house on a stretcher, according to the outlet. Oh yeah, I saw a video of that. Shameless, dude. Some TMZ, they like literally, like, there's a video of his body being wheeled out of his house. We're told a slew of police cars and EMTs were parked outside Hogan's home, and the icon was carried on a stretcher and onto an ambulance. Now, interestingly, and of course, there's a lot of people that are dancing on this man's grave. Another MAGA dipshit bit the dust. Rest in pieces, scumbag. God, these people's brains are rotted just because he has certain politics, you know, and he's famous. They're gonna dance on his grave. Hulk Hogan passed away, and honestly, I couldn't care any less. Have no time or sympathy for racists. He did say some racist shit. He did indeed. I really don't care that Hulk Hogan died, to be honest. Shut up. Here's an interesting point. I couldn't help but notice Ozzy tries to kill his wife. That's true. Offs 17 of his own cats with a shotgun. Wild. Everyone accepts. Hulk Hogan said something racist, and people are celebrating his death. Yeah, I know. It's really weird how people act with this kind of stuff. Now, if you're saying, hey, those tweets that you showed barely had any likes, I mean, there's plenty of them that have tons of likes. Those are just ones I found real quick. Here's one with 20,000 likes. Damn, Hulk Hogan kicked the bucket too. 2 racists in 1 week. Can we go for a third? I just think that it's bizarre that this is how people spend their time online sometimes. I honestly think that the people doing this stuff are usually like the saddest people among us. And this is how they make themselves not feel sad. God, we have some good segues today. So Hulk Hogan died, and guess what happened? Trisha Paytas has another baby. This is her 3rd child, and there's a conspiracy going around that every time a legendary icon dies, that person is reincarnated as Trisha Paytas' new baby. She's had a 3rd baby. It's her 1st son, and she named him Aquaman. Yeah, Aquaman. That kid's getting made fun of. So here is the conspiracy. Trisha Paytas is 3 for 3. So her 1st child, let me make it a little bit smaller here. Her 1st child, Trisha Paytas, has given birth to her 1st child, a baby girl named Malibu Barbie. Yep, that's the 1st kid's name. This is a disaster of names. And that's right when Queen Elizabeth died. So Queen Elizabeth died and then was reincarnated as Trisha Paytas' 1st child. Then Trisha had immediately got pregnant again. She's like she's speed running, getting pregnant and having children. She has her 2nd daughter, Elvis. She names her daughter Elvis. And that's right when Pope Francis died at the age of 88. So Pope Francis was reincarnated as a daughter named Elvis. And then, of course, Ozzy Osbourne died at the age of 76. Oh, I guess it's either Ozzy or Hulk. You know, they both kind of died around the same time. Then Trisha Paytas announces that she has welcomed her 3rd child, a boy named Aquaman. The lore goes deep with Trisha, though, and I think that Ethan Klein explains this perfectly. I'm going to let him do this, but basically, in my opinion, she's having children for content. Yeah, she is super content brained.
About being infertile, and that's a disgusting thing to do. She had 3 kids back to back without a single fucking hesitation. back to back. She got pregnant immediately. Now that's great and good for them, but she continually lied about being infertile, which is a horrible fucking thing to do, because real people go through that every day.
I agree. The thing about it is it's disgusting for someone to say, hey, I'm infertile, to get sympathy from your female audience and just repeat that for many, many years just for the attention so you can have the support of your people. Oh, I feel so bad you can't have babies. And then she makes friends with this guy who has tons of kids. She gets super jealous, and then they have a falling out, and out of spite, she marries the brother from this family and then pumps out 3 kids immediately, mostly for content and to piss off these people. In my opinion, she is that psycho. Maybe it's not true. Maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I've been watching for a lot of years, and this woman's psycho. Oh boy, we got some memes. Ozzy Osbourne waking up from his afternoon nap and seeing Trisha Paytas cradling him. Huh? What the fuck? That's actually kind of funny. Hulk Hogan watching the Trisha Paytas reincarnation portal close behind Ozzy. You lucked out, Hulk. Back to Trump. Trump says Obama has presidential immunity regarding the Russia hoax. He owes me big. Yeah, I've been wondering about this. So, like, I mean, what does he do? Go after a president? I don't think that that's a good precedent to set. Presidents going after presidents, but it feels like that dam is beginning to break.
You on presidential immunity would apply to former President Barack Obama and what you're accusing him of doing.
It probably helps him a lot. Probably helps him a lot, the immunity ruling. But it doesn't help the people around him at all. But it probably helps him a lot. He's done criminal acts, there's no question about it. But he has immunity, and it probably helps him a lot.
So there it is. He has immunity. Trump probably looked into, is there anything we can do to get Obama? But they, you know, immunity, presidential immunity. But the key word that he said was that the people around them don't have that. So if he can't go after Obama, he's going to go after everyone around him. And he's not fucking around. He's actually going to do this. Like, this is a man, like, obviously you could trust him when he says, I'm going after Obama. Like, whether you like him or don't like him, you can believe him. Yeah, he's doing that. Speaking of crazy, there's this OnlyFans model, and her name's woes Senpai. She's going viral after her ex-boyfriend of 2 years released videos accusing her of being abusive during their relationship. This is why you don't marry crazy, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. Like, you could oh my God. And then runs away. Oh my God. It gets worse. It gets much worse. Here we go. Bye-bye, TV. I don't know if, am I gonna get copyright on that? Yeah, okay, hold on. That's just music. Yeah, so we can't hear what she's saying, but you could just see the crazy in her face. Oh, it's the Grinch music. She do be the Grinch. Look at this mess that she made. Wow. And then here she is in the middle of the road being weird, man. Imagine dealing with this.
Alexandra, come on, bro. What is you doing, bro?
What is you doing with this girl, bro? You need to leave her.
Alexandra, this is a scene, man.
I'm glad you uploaded this video. What is she? I thought she was taking a shit for a second. No, she's just being weird in the middle of the road.
Can you come inside so we can talk? Let's talk.
I don't want to talk. I want to die. I'm pleading my case to you because I sincerely want to die.
Alexandra, come on.
She's...
Police are going.
I hate it when mentally unstable people use their mental instability as a manipulation tactic. That's exactly what she's doing here, and it's so disgusting.
Oh, bro, I know I can't do it myself, so I'll make you do it, but I can't do it, bro.
What's going on? Why are we running into traffic?
You should just make her act.
Back to Trump. Okay, this one was wild. I know there's so much Trump today, but I have to show this. Trump's talking about the migrant invasion in Europe. So he lands in Scotland and starts telling them Europe's not going to be Europe anymore if you guys keep letting this happen. And I agree, you know, like, I mean, there's a lot of weird shit going on with the Epstein stuff or whatever, you know, and Trump's looking really fucking guilty, bro. I think everyone's already kind of made up their mind at this point. Like we don't even need a list, but there are times when he just starts spitting facts too.
Together. Well, you're not going to have Europe anymore. You got to get your act together. And we, as you know, last month we had nobody entering our country. Nobody. Shut it down. And we took out a lot of bad people that got there with Biden. Biden was a total stiff. And what he allowed to happen, but you're allowing it to happen to your countries. And you got to stop this horrible invasion that's happening to Europe, many countries in Europe. Some people, some leaders have not let it happen. And they're not getting the proper credit they should. I could name them to you right now, but I'm not going to.
I think Poland's one of them, right? Isn't Poland one of the countries that are like, no, dude, migrants go to England, go to Ireland, go to Scotland, don't come here. And their country is not being changed. Look, a country is its people. So if you flood a country of people that are a certain way with a different country's people that are a different way into your country turns into that country. That's just the way it is, because a country is not a geographical location. It is the people within that country. So Trump's spitting facts here, dude. If you want to make, and like all these cultures around the world, we shouldn't fucking, like, not every single spot on the world needs to be mixed up with everybody, you know? Like some of these homogenous societies like Japan, bro, I don't want that to turn into anything other than Japan. That's just the way I see it. And I feel like Europe is such a good example of what not to do. Thank you for that. It's a fantastic experiment. Great data. And we didn't even ask you guys to do it. You just did it to yourself so we can see, for, you know, the whole world can see. Yeah, let's not fucking do that. We have to talk about Chuck E. Cheese getting arrested. Yep, Chuck E. Cheese. He got arrested. Here he is. I guess he was a PDF file or something. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, wait, we have like a proper video or something. Oh, yeah, there we go. Here's the reveal. What? It's a man that's not a real mouse? Yeah, apparently he was a PDF file working at a Chuck E. Cheese where the kids are. That's scary. You know what I'm saying? That's really scary. And with that, everybody, that's your Daily Fix. Thank you very much for tuning in. I gotta go. See ya.